Yes. Welcome. Welcome to the Lord Petty Podcast. Appreciate you being here. This is the only place in the world where we love everybody. We make fun of everything. Gosh, I'm out of breath, dude. I've been running around. I just got done at the gym because I'm the most jacked person on the planet. And I took a hot ass shower, and then I wanted to do this podcast before I do anything else. And here we are. How about that for some determination? So how about to reward my determination? You go and tell somebody about it, because you know what? I am tired of being a giant fucking loser, okay? So just go tell somebody about the podcast, tell somebody about the book, tell somebody about, how beautiful my eyebrows are or something. I can't handle this regular life stuff anymore, dude. I can't do it. I can't do it. Do I sound like a complaining ass millennial right now? No, because I've been actually putting into work. And I've watched a bunch of trash blow up around me, dude. A bunch of fucking gimmicky trash. And do I sound like a hater? Yes, I sound like a hater. I'm like I'm turning into the white Patrice O'Neal, where not that I will ever be as funny as Patrice O'Neal, but I just keep digging these graves with my big freaking mouth. Plus my health sucks. So, maybe that'll motivate you to spread this thing like wildfire, is that my health fucking sucks. And, but you wouldn't know that. You wouldn't know that because you look at your boy and he be looking crispy. So go to Amazon, get the book, go pick up some merch on the merch store. And I appreciate y'all for that. You know what I'm saying? Because life is just passing me by. It's weird, man. Sometimes I forget how old I am and I have these reality checks. Like, I had no real role models to show me how to be in my 30s. You know what I mean? I had people I looked up to when I was a teenager in my 20s, like, oh, this is what I want to be this. I just wanted to be cool, you know? But then you get to a certain age where being cool is not cool. And but then also I look at guys my age that have just sort of really settled down and they're content with their regular day jobs and just drinking beer and all this stuff. And it's like, that's cool. I'm happy for everybody, but that makes me want to delete myself. I can't do it. But I look at all my friends, they've all just gone that way. I look at every woman I've ever loved and they're happy and better off without me. I look at every fucking... I wish I had to come to this sad realization, right? And the word sensitive, okay? The word sensitive, when people hear the word sensitive, they think about somebody that gets offended easily. But I think that's kind of a misinterpretation of that word, because I think sensitive just means prone to picking up on your environment and the things around you, and just kind of basically the opposite of aloof. You have certain expectations of people, of things, yada, yada, yada. And I just realized, and my grandfather told me this one time, he was like, you're very sensitive. I was like, no, I'm fucking not. Like, I'm this Lord Petty guy. Like, how the fuck am I sensitive? Like, I'll go bomb in front of some crowd and then get on the internet, have people tell me to kill myself all the time. How the fuck am I sensitive? Because that doesn't bother me at all. But then I think about when I let people in, or I don't know. I get like sensory overload, and I think I'm kind of autistic, to be honest. And I know that's kind of a hip trend thing to do, is be non-binary and autistic, but I think I might actually be retarded, dude. So I was dating a girl who deals with special needs children, and she would do this thing, like she would take my arms, because she would do it when the little kids would have sensory overload. She would have to take their arms and go, okay, squeezies, and squeeze their arms. And so when we'd go in public and I would want to like fight somebody, or I get a panic attack because I'm surrounded by a bunch of germy people, she would joke like, okay, give me your arms, squeezies. And it felt good, dude. It calmed me down. And, be like, oh, let's go see some live music. And I'd go, I don't want to stand that close. Like when I see concert footage, it looks like hell to me. I met a girl at a bar the other day, and actually I've known her for a little bit. But she asked me what I was doing last Wednesday, if I wanted to go to a concert. And I didn't want to tell her, no, I am a autistic person and I can't handle crowds, so I'm not going to go with you. So I'm going to give you a half-hearted answer because I don't have the balls to just tell you no, because I don't want to completely burn the bridge because I might want to hit later. How about that for some honesty? Anybody else ever been this honest to you? Probably not. Yeah, let's be honest, okay? Let's throw some honesty out there. That really is. I mean, you can be anything. You can be anything you set your mind to nowadays, right? With the power of the internet and all the knowledge that we have. I mean, you can go pick up a book, and within 10 hours, you know everything that it took somebody to whole lifetime of knowledge to gain. You know what I mean? And so you can really become anything you want in this life, thanks to the age of information and all the books that are available and all this stuff. But the one thing that you can't do nowadays is be honest. You can't be truthful. You can be a mega star of posting TikToks, but you can't be truthful. And it's crazy that we have this small little group of tech people controlling what information can go in and out of people's heads and just completely steering the narrative. And it would be one thing to just let people do whatever they want to do, because I'm kind of libertarian that way. And just like, dude, just do whatever you want to do. Leave me alone. That's my political thing, right? But the bad thing is now is we got the government participating in the lunacy. It's one thing, just let people do what they want to do. Who the fuck cares? I don't have to be a part of it. Whatever, you're adults. Go do whatever you want to do. But now the government's participating in it. And that's when it gets scary, because they should just be neutral and just do their thing and look after the citizens and blah, 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 blah. Like, oh, there's all these attacks on... I'm sorry, dude, but whenever, as just like a straight white guy, as the face of evil, when I hear black people talking about, police brutality and racism, and I hear about trans people, hear them about getting attacked and how the truth is rooted in white supremacy. It's like, white people are the only people that are anything tolerant towards all the LGBTQ stuff. Any other culture is not tolerant of it at all. So it's saying like anti-trans stuff is rooted in white supremacy is laughable at best. And then, talking about, if you're a young black male, who are you more afraid of? Me or a guy that looks like Chief Keef? Have you guys seen the Chicago war stuff where like people brag about how hard their hood is? You know what I mean? You can't brag about how hard your hood is and how gangsta you are and like, oh, you better recognize, don't step on my shoe, I'm gonna fucking kill you. And then in the next breath talk about being profiled. Like you can't just, that's fucking female behavior of being like, oh, I want to go and sleep with 9 guys in a night, but then I want a traditional man to wife me up. It's just all these double standards, dude, and I don't think people really think about them. And it's like, I'm not one of these white people that wants to use the fucking N-word. I have no desire to use that word. I find that word just honestly absolutely disgusting for what it stands for. But, and this is where whenever so, but how you gonna tell everybody to not use a word when you use it every fucking 2 minutes? So it's just like these contradictions with everybody. I'm just tired of everybody's shit, and then this makes me sound like a crazy conservative, and I'm really not. I'm really not, bro, at all. Where I saw a sign, somebody saying, no human is illegal. Yes, no human is illegal besides Americans going to every other fucking country. Let me say that again. When people say no human is illegal, right? You see the signs that say no humans are illegal. That applies to... I forgot even what I said, dude. But you know what I'm saying. I can't go to any other country and just start bitching about stuff. They'd be like, Abdul, get the rocks, dude. I don't know, man. You know what I've been into lately, though, is watching, not rom-coms, but like romance movies. Like I watched Where the Crawdads, I did an episode on, I watched Where the Crawdads Sing or Lay or something like that. And then I watched The Notebook, and then I watched, because I want to understand, because it's like female pornography, this stuff, right? It's kind of like if you're a guy and you're watching porn and you're just watching some woman being completely objectified. Basically these romantic movies that are written most of the time by men and just fucking troll caves. It is female porn because you get the typical reformed bad boy guy that can have any girl he wants, and he just I watched a movie last night. It was called The Choice. Okay. And as far as those type of movies go, it was a great movie. And I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I cried. I cried because they were just such, I don't know, dude. It was, and I was pissed off. I was like, God, dude, if I'm crying, just imagine all the shouties watching this movie, dude, what it's gonna do to them. But basically, if you haven't seen the movie, go watch the movie, because what I'm going to tell you is going to give you a perspective on the movie. Because this is why it is female porn. Because one, they have these super nice houses on the lake that nobody would be able to afford. And so this girl, she moves out there, and for some reason, so she's dating this doctor, right? She's dating a doctor, and then she moves next to this like bad boy, blah, blah, blah guy. You know, the guy with the boat, his dad's a vet. He's got all these bitches, yada, yada, okay? So you got innocent, hot, blonde girl moves next to the bad boy. She's dating a doctor. The whole reason she lives out there is because she moved out there with the doctor to go get her start as like a medical student at this hospital, okay? So of course, her and the neighbor start falling into it while her boyfriend is off at some medical retreat thing. And he seems like a great fucking guy. Anywhere in the real world, there's no way. Well, I don't know, actually, because bitches be hoes. And that's so bad. And so, did my shit stop recording? No, we're good. And so she starts, messing around with the bad boy guy, not telling her boyfriend, who's off trying to become a doctor, build them a good life, yada, yada. So she starts messing around with the neighbor guy. And my biggest pet peeve about this movie is they're always next to the water, and there's never any mosquitoes, dude. They build all these beautiful scenes where they're doing all this beautiful stuff by the water, using lanterns, and there's never any skeeters, dude. There's never any skeeters. And so this chick cheats on her dude with homeboy. I don't want to give the movie away. You should go watch the movie. It's really good, bro. I cried. Just imagine that. I cried at the very end because I thought he was going to have to pull the plug on his bit. The reason it's called The Choice is because she gets in a car accident after they go through all this, typical movie relationship, blah, blah, blah shit. And, okay, so I don't know. I don't know, because reality tells me, right? So if you read like the laws of human nature and stoicism and all this kind of stuff, the art of seduction, if you read anything that's about like actual human behavior, they would tell you everything that happens in this movie would have just disgusted this woman. But then I'm thinking like, well, women are watching this movie, and then so their brains are influenced by it. So maybe they do want all this weird being chased, unrealistic stuff, right? Maybe they do go completely against common sense, because we don't know. Emotional creatures, it is what it is. And I don't say that derogatory. But in the movie, the guy, she rejects him over and over, and he just keeps pursuing, and he keeps pursuing. I don't think that would happen in real life. And then his sister even tells him, every girl wants a man that'll fight. Anytime I've ever fought for a relationship, I just find her underneath some dude who doesn't give a shit about her later on. So I stopped giving a shit about 10 years ago. Yeah, dude. Shout out Lauren Hamilton for fucking me up when I was 17. Because that put me on the course of life where I never got... Well, no. Okay. Well, no, Brittany didn't play me. She just hurt me. Because, yeah. But besides that, I don't think I ever really got played after that. And if I did, I sniffed it out, dude. Shout out to Hamilton. I love you. In a friend way. That's dude. Okay, you just gotta let go of shit. Like it's funny. You go through these moments of life, then you think about them later on, and they're funny. So to think of me when I was like 17, I mean, I was such a fucking simp. She was like dating older guys, and I would like drive to her house and like bring her weed and shit like that. That's you ever see the memes, where they put the like that's totally bussin' haircuts on people? I'm talking about, I got my heart broke, so I would drive to this chick's house and I would drop her off some fucking weed. And then she would just go hang out with her now husband. Oh, dude, that's hilarious. I'm one fucked up individual, dude. And it's great. Are you guys celebrating Pride Month? As you should. I feel bad. I feel bad for just regular gay people that just want to mind their own business, marry who they want, be adults in the bedroom, and just not be disrespected for their own personal choices. Because they're getting drugged. What does wearing a furry costume and a dog mask have to do with pride, LGBT? Everything, all the LGBT stuff was cool, was fine. Who cares? If you're an adult and you want to, just stay out of sports, nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares about you enough to fucking care. Like, there's all this discrimination. No, just leave kids alone, maybe. There's a reason they can't get tattoos till they're 18, so maybe don't allow them to go saw their tits off. And they'd be like, that's hate speech. One thing I noticed, and I can't prove it, is that whenever I use the word truth in anything, I get scoot. I swear, if you use truth, like truth is a trigger word for the lizard people running the tech companies. But yeah, dude, I feel, like I said, I feel bad for, because I've known a lot of gay people in my life, and they've all just been super nice, super cool. They're just humans wanting to do their thing. But I just don't see any difference if you get a straight guy, right? Like, let's say you get a straight guy and he wants to be doing weird sexual shit around children. That is fucking disgusting. So what is the difference if it's a grown-ass man that likes other men and he's walking around in a thong around children? Like, that's fucking weird. But especially, yeah, I just don't get it. I would be pissed off. I would be pissed off if it's the same way like the Black Lives Matter movement got ran off by lunatics. Like, the same people that are hijacking the Pride movement are pretty much the same people that ran the BLM thing. I donated money to BLM, bro. And I'm not ashamed to admit that at first. Because I've witnessed, when I lived in LA, I lived in a house. It was me and 5 black guys. And I would witness, like, I remember one time we went to the club. I think I've told this story before, but we went to the club. And I was wearing jeans. My buddy Ian was wearing jeans. And the bouncer just let me right through, but he stopped Ian. He's like, hey, man, you can't come in with jeans. And I was like, I was really mad, I turned into like a white Karen lady fighting racism. I was like, bro, how you let me in? How you not going to let my buddy in? He's like, it's just, and then, yeah, they just didn't want a lot of black people in there. And it was fucking nuts. So I've seen it. So I know it exists. You know what I mean? And I'm sure, to be fair to the cops, if you're patrolling these dangerous neighborhoods, everybody wants to be a G and like, respect my gangsta. And then everybody's like, we don't snitch. So how are you supposed to know who the bad guys are? If nobody's helping you out, nobody's quote snitching, how are you supposed to know who the bad guys are? Makes no sense, dude. Makes no sense to me. But anyways, that is the episode, because we only want to keep these episodes about 20 minutos, okay? So I hope if this was your first time being here, appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed yourself. For all my homies, thank you very much. I really do appreciate y'all. I could be a huge corn, but like I said, I get into these spaces sometimes where I'm not in the best headspace and I got to really reel it in. And something that really helps me when I feel like a crazy person is talking to a lot of you folks that I've met through doing what I do. And that just shows if you are your authentic self and you put out genuine things, you will find like-minded people and build your communities. But Anyways, thank you for spreading all this dangerous misinformation. I appreciate y'all. Go get the book, The Petty Principles. And please leave a rating. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe. And if you're not watching this on YouTube, go run up the YouTube. Go subscribe there. What am I forgetting? I don't know. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Peace out.